Everyone. This is Dr. Lokesh. I'll be taking theories of counseling and psychotherapy in this semester. So today we talk about the discussion section, or preliminary session, followed by immediately go in depth about the chapters what we have in the syllabus. We have 5 units in our paper. Unit 1 talks about psychoanalytic and psychodynamic approach to the counseling and psychotherapy. Unit 2 talks about behavioral approach. Unit 3 about existential approach. Unit 4 talks about cognitive approach, and Unit 5 talks about postmortem approach. All the things I will teach you in the coming classes. Today we will talk about theories of counseling and psychotherapy. So, yeah, in this class, it's an introductory class, as I told you earlier. So, in this class, we'll talk about the theories, counseling, and psychotherapy, ingredients of positive changes. What are the ingredients that should be high in the client as well as in the counselor to bring a positive change? Characteristics of the counselor, characteristics of the client, ethics which has to be followed in the counseling, and different theories of counseling and psychotherapy. We have different theories we will discuss about in detail in this PPT. So first let us see about the theories. What is theories? A theory is a set of principles. Okay, there will be a set of principles which we have displayed in the PPT. It can be described as a group of logically organized law. It is a logically organized law of relationship that constitute explanation in a discipline. So there will be a set of principles will be there. It will do a rigorous research which will be established as a theories. So here is what the quality should be. So we have given three qualities. There should be a precision and clarity. For example, let us take an ego. We all know what this ego is. And the ego starts from the childhood. Childhood is a self-center. Gradually, when it develops, it will be adopted when the child goes to the society and to the family. It will learn the empathy, sharing, caring, and other qualities. But basically, ego is a self-centered that we all know as we have studied in the agriculture. So theories also have a second quality known as a testability. Anyone and everywhere they can test the theory and they can re-establish the principles. Okay? So another quality of the theory is a testability. It must be tested by the many researcher, not by one. Many researcher, then later it will be confirmed. The third quality of the theory is usefulness. It should be somewhere, it should be useful for the human kind. Okay? So usefulness is a ways of understand the point and the technique to help the client to function better. Currently, if they are, for example, having some issues with their life, so these theories will help them to have a better life in future. Okay, this all be about the theories. Let us see what is counseling and psychotherapy. So we are using two different terms, counseling and psychotherapy. Let us see what is counseling and what is psychotherapy. So here I have put down table. So all you can see these things. So counseling is a normal or mild form of psychological disturbances. Psychological imbalance means in the day-to-day life. Somebody might be having depressed or little bit stressed, but the person know how to be know how to cope up with the day-to-day life. He'll go to the office, he'll go to the college, he'll talk to his family people. So he'll be adjusted to normal life, but he'll be struggling to go ahead with the stress or the depressed moment. But those people will do the counseling. Whereas when you come to the psychotherapy, it will be a severe form of psychological disorder. So the person will be facing severe form of differences, but then will go for a psychotherapy. So sometimes they'll be admitted as an inpatients in hospital setup. But then regularly will do the therapy, so it will go for a long time. Okay? So the counseling, we call the person who comes to us as a client, whereas in psychotherapy, we call that person as a patient. And the counseling, who are expertise in this field known as a counselor, in the psychotherapy, in this field, who are expert, have more knowledge and a more theoretical background, a strong experience known as a therapist. We call him as a therapist. So counseling usually for a short duration. Sometimes within 2-3 counseling sessions, the person may get solution for his problem. Maximum it may take 15 sessions. Whereas psychotherapy continues from 6 months to 6 months to many years. So it's a long term and in-depth work has to be done with the person who is having the issue. Counseling clinic can be seen in the clinics, schools, universities, and colleges. So guidance will be given for the students who are struggling with minor issues. For example, students might be educated into the new cities, who might be struggling to adjust to the new city, environment, college, peer groups, and the syllabus, everything. But then, even though we know where to go, which college, which class to attend, whom to ask the question, all these things will be aware of. But then, we will give the counseling. Whereas psychotherapy usually happens in the hospital setup, where, as I told earlier, will be admitted as an inpatient. So regularly, psychotherapists as well as psychiatrists using the drug will treat the person to make him a better one. Okay? So we can also see the de-addiction center, rehabilitation center, HIV rehabilitation center, child counselor. These are the different professions one can opt when he become a counselor or a psychotherapist. So positive change has to be there. That's the one thing. Ingredients for the positive change. The client will come to the therapist or the counselor with some problem. So to bring in change in life, some positive change. What are the qualities we should be having? So here are a few points. There should be a therapeutic relationship. There should be a trust. The client as well as the therapist both should have a trust in each other. So then only the positive change can be brought in the counseling. There should be a respect when the client comes with a problem. The counselor should not look at the client as the person who doesn't have an ability. Rather, he should bring out the ability the client is having. Rather than concentrating on the inability, the therapist should concentrate on the ability. Then he has to project to enhance those abilities, which can be found in the client. Then safe and supportive environment should be there. The client should feel safe. If you want to reveal his personal problem to the client, there should be a safe and supportive environment. Then only the client will reveal his problem. And the goal should be clear, because if there is no clear goal, the person or the client will come to the counselor with the one problem. As soon as it gets resolved, it come up with a second, a third goal, it will go on. That's why there should be a clear goal. What particular problem, for a particular problem, what kind of therapy will be used. See, this kind of clarity should be there. And there also should be an encouragement to the client as well as a self-awareness of the therapist. So what is his frustration, what is his drawbacks, what is his abilities, these things should be aware of, the therapist should be aware of. And also you should be able to identify the ability of the client, and whatever the client expresses, you should be able to know this in emotional trauma, so you need some help. So client's ability to identify, express, and modify the emotion, that is also important thing. The person, for example, with respect to the gender, if they go to the opposite gender, they may feel feared or scared, a kind of thing. This is a negative emotion, which has to be modified as when you go to the meeting a new person, what the emotion should be having. There should be a curiosity, there should be eagerness to know the other person. That these emotions as well as the thought should be modified in the clients. Then only the positive change can be seen in the individual. So client's ability to assess and change dysfunctional behavior and to acquire effective behavior. And you should know what is negative, as well as you should be ready to acquire the effective behavior which will be useful in his life. So these are the few ingredients which brings the positive change in the life. So counselor, as a counselor, you should possess few qualities. One is you should be professional, identity should be there, and you should follow the ethics, which includes you should know the theory as well as you should know the history of the theory and how it has to be incorporated in a particular setup. So that should be there. Social and cultural sensitivity also should be there with the counselor, because the client, you cannot expect only one culture or one type of client will come to the counselor. There might be people who comes to the counseling with a different background. So the counselor should have a cultural sensitivity, and you should know human growth. Like the child, what is the problem having will be different from the adolescents. And the middle-aged person, whatever the problem he is having, is totally different than the old age people. What they are geriatric counseling, what we call, which we will do for old age people. So the person should know the counselor, human growth and the development. So also you should be aware of which kind of tools should be administered for which kind of problem. We have tools to assess the depression and the ability, personality, career, intelligence. The counselor should be aware of which kind of tools should be used for the which kind of issues or to assess the ability of the individual. So you should also be aware of DSM, that is Diagnostic Statistic Manual, which is published from the US, as well as ICD, International Classification of Disorder, which classifies disorder clearly. So you should be aware of diagnostic methods. So this is the about the counselor. As a client also should possess certain characteristics. That is, he should possess some maturity, he should have a capacity for a relationship, build a relationship. He should introspect what are the troubling him. He should also have introspection. He should have an ability to establish interpersonal boundaries. He should possess, should we have a positive and realistic expectation. For example, if the client comes today with a depression, immediately within a 1 hour, you cannot expect there should be a change. She will become a like energy booster. Will be there in his life and will become a, like a, or everything, every problem will be solved within a relaxation. So it's rational. So you should be realistic in his expectation. I should be motivated to change. This is also another characteristics one should be having. So ethics, ethical part, which is a very much important, the counselor should be aware of. So there should be autonomy that is trying to help the people to develop the skills what they need for themselves. So the therapist should not give all the solutions by himself, rather should give the autonomy. The client is having the problem and he should come up with the solution. So counselor should be aware of he is not the person who knows everything. The client also has to take the responsibility. That is, should take the autonomy. That is one is then there should be no physical contact. Any point of time, whether after process of the counseling or after the completion of the counseling, there should not be a physical contact and the confidentiality should be maintained throughout the counseling. So confidentiality is another ethics should be maintained. Professional responsibility should be there, and assessment and interpretation using the appropriate tools is also another ethics, and research and publication. Whenever you find some usefulness, whenever the counselor goes to the publication, you should take the consent of the client. Without taking the consent of the client, you should not publish the research paper because it's personal life. It's a client personal life which is doing the research. So based upon that, he is doing the research. So without his consent, he should not publish any paper. So there are different theories for there, like psychoanalysis proposed by the Sigmund Freud, behavior therapy by the Pavlov, gestalt therapy, which talks about here and now, and the person-centered therapy proposed by the Carl Rogers, which talks about empathy, confidence, and there should be psychological disturbance in the mind to get the psychotherapy. Cognitive therapy, which talks about the thought process of an individual, and it does because there is a disturbance in the thought process, there will be psychological disturbance in the mind. So these are the different theories which we're going to cover in the coming classes. So factor to be considered, the culture, the counselor should be sensitive to the culture, should also age also. As the age differs, the behavior also changes. The what are the problems can comes in different ages. That should be considered is another factor. Gender also. You should be sensitive to the gender as a counselor. Education level of the client also should be considered. This is another factor. So these are the few things which we covered in an introductory class. In the coming class, we will go in detail about all these things which I have discussed today. Thank you, students.